All right, today we're going to talk about bumping notes. I know I haven't been on here much, but check out this weird setup. So I have this is a raw brass trumpet 3C flugelhorn mouthpiece. Look at that big fatty. Woo, that's a big fatty. And then I've got it in this Bob Reeves flugelhorn trumpet conversion thingy, right? So if I can get that on there so you can see it comes apart. And this is just a touch wider so it can go into a trumpet receiver. And look, it fits really nice. Right on the end there, right? You see it? Very flush. Very cool. Anyway, just drop that bad boy right in. And now, I've already talked about this, but you can use a flugelhorn mouthpiece with your trumpet. I kind of like that mellow sound. I mean, I'm kind of into that. But today, we're going to talk about bumping notes, or at least what I call bumping notes. So if you're a horn player like me, and I'm not really that great of a horn player, I'm pretty good at the stuff that I do for the music that I write, right? All the lo-fi stuff I think sounds pretty good in some of the disco jams I come up with. But I'm no kind of lead trumpet player. I'm no, Adam Rappa or something like that. So that being said, I miss notes quite a bit, right? And what I've noticed, as a lot of you have asked me to talk about how I do some of the things that I do, when I've started to analyze some of that stuff, what I found is that, I don't know if it's called cheating, but I do a lot of things to help avoid cracking notes. And cracking notes is, let me see if I can do it here. No, of course I'm not going to be able to do it right when I ask. I don't know. It's when you miss the note, when you try to tongue it and you miss and you go under it and you hit the wrong note. So, of course, while I'm trying to demonstrate that I can't do it, but believe me, it happens plenty for me. So what I found that I do, and I guess this adds a little bit of flavor to the playing as well, is I have a tendency to just, and you've probably seen this if you watched any of my videos, it might look like I'm playing a note, but I'm really not. What I'm doing is just kind of like putting the valve. So if you look at a valve, right, if you're not really familiar with trumpets, see how there's holes in there? See that? Those holes align with the tubing, right? So when this valve is open, these line up, and when it's pressed, a different set. So there's two sets, right? So when it's open, the bottom set lines up, and when it's closed, the top set lines up so that the air can go through the instrument. So in doing that, there's some tricks you can do. It's kind of like guitars. It's like bending notes, right? So you can play a straight attack note, you can press the valve just a little bit, and you get this neat kind of, check it out. Oh, I cracked it. See that crack? That's what I was talking about earlier. It sounds kind of funny when you play it slow, but when you do it quickly, I think it might even be called a glissando. I'm not sure. I'm not up on the terminology here, so I apologize if I'm telling you the wrong things, but perhaps it's a glissando. But that little pressing of the valve to kind of interrupt the airflow so that it sort of goes down and it sort of goes up through both chambers is a neat technique I use all the time for making lines sound a little more expressive and making it so that if I'm not sure what I'm doing, I can kind of bend into a note. And, being a guitar player as well, that really does make a basic line sound so much better and more expressive. So I use it a lot. I call it bumping notes. I don't know what you call it. I don't know if you use it, but maybe it's something you could add to your repertoire and try on your playing. Cool. Hope that helped.